So we are going to be looking at a scenario where civilization starts over. We are on episode 16, and in the last episode we saw a great African war, but well, it was pretty much all of Africa against Egypt. If you haven't seen the last episode, go check it out because it was a pretty good war, and it was pretty much just a gigantic bang against Egypt. We saw the Middle Eastern alliance expand into Kurdistan and take that country over. And we saw the Blue Iberian country invade into the Southern Iberian country for the second time in history, planting the seeds for the first European war. If you guys enjoy these videos, make sure to like and subscribe. Let's get into the staging of the European war. Most of the European powers are very divided. If you ignore these other nations down here, Europe has, I think, 4 members in each alliance. In the Triangle Alliance, it's the red Italian team, the lime team, this kind of like Austrian yellow team, and this bluish triangle team. But in the Circle Alliance, we have blue Iberian team, the orange Germanic, Prussia, and Greece. The thing is, Europe is very well, there's a lot of countries in Europe right now. But I do see 2 that I know for sure will pick sides. We have this Cyan, a newly formed Cyan country joining on the triangle, because somebody just joined in on the circle, and that is Romania. Each alliance just got a new member, and I mean, one's very weak and one's very strong, so I'd say right now the Circle Alliance is stronger than the Triangle Alliance, but we do have 2 members of a alliance starting to argue, and it is not going good for the Triangle Alliance, as the 2 strongest members, being Red Italian team and the Lime team, are arguing. What are they arguing about? It's kind of stupid. Trade routes. Which, if you guys want me to make a trade route later, I will. But right now, I'm not focused on trade routes, because they're probably going to be abolished soon anyways. But these 2 are arguing because, well, the red team is getting more trade than the lime team, and the lime team is getting jealous. This is very bad, because now not only are the Circle Alliance, are they, well, fairly friendly with each other. The red team may have just moved some troops over to the lime team border, and the lime team may have just moved troops over to the red team border. Not good, not good, not good. These 2 are like screaming at them to knock it off and back the troops off, but they're not listening, and they are about to go to war. And that is when the red team leader just kicks the lime team out of the Triangle Alliance. And these 3 are all shocked, and they're pissed. The lime team is pissed. But the red team's like, don't worry, guys. Don't worry. Don't worry. I have someone who's better than the stupid lime team. Yeah, that's right. The red Italian team just called the lime team stupid. And so with this, that may have just happened. And the red team is now fully freaking out, like, oh my god, what have we done? We've so messed up. Because now, the lime team has just switched sides overnight. What the red team was trying to say is the new French team joins the alliance, which is not stronger than the lime team. But the red team likes how democratic, well, the red team likes the democracy and the democratic views of the blue French team. And with this happening, the Circle Alliance is now much stronger. The lime team is no longer in the top 10. They're more top 15. But they're a strong country. The French team is top 20. The Cyan team is top, I don't know. They're close to the bottom of the strongest countries. These 2 are around top 30. This is the second strongest, so it's more just 11th strongest, 3rd strongest, 5th strongest, probably 20th strongest, 15, 12 probably, against pretty much mainly the French, I mean the Italian and a little bit of the French. And so now fear in these countries are starting to grow because this just got out to the public of what happened. And they're trying to throw, well, the girl out of office that runs the country. But unfortunately, she dies before they can do that. But they replace her with a new girl. It's the daughter of the girl, and she promises to do better. But she's not apologizing to the Lime, and she's not really lowering tension. Now, she says they're friends now, but that is a complete lie. But secretly, the red team is going to go over to the Dutch, the Norwegian, Finland, Russia, and all the British Isles and ask if they want to join the Triangle Alliance because like we're better. Russia says no, we're planning something else. Norway says no, we're planning something else. The Dutch kind of seem interested, but they're gonna be like, we're gonna sit this out. We're on a neutral path. The red team does acquire two more, that being Wales and Ireland, because of the fact that the Blue Iberian team invaded them in the War of Empires. Wales is around top 30. They're the strongest on the British Isles, but they're not going to be able to do much against the Lime or the Blue Iberian. Ireland is pretty dang weak, but they might hold up a distraction against the Blue Iberian. They have a pretty dang good navy, and they're hoping they could do a blockade against the Blue Iberians. But in new news, the Norwegian and the Finnish make a defensive pact. So if either one of them gets invaded, if Norway gets invaded, the Finnish will come help. If Finland gets invaded, the Norwegians will go help. The reason this was made is because, Russia, they said, spies, let's say, were inside of Russia from the Norwegians, and they found out that Russia is building up their army to invade some countries. And who's on the border of Russia? Finland. So when Norway told Finland about this, they made this defensive pact. Because Norway is the 7th strongest country in the world. But with these two joining in on the Triangle Alliance, Scotland is going to join in on the circles yet again on the same side as the Blue Iberians to take back the land they had. Get more land because they got back the land they had. And about this defensive pact, it falls through. And even the Austrian team cancels out this defensive pact with the red team. And they're even thinking about leaving the alliance because they do not want, they were pissed about the fact that the red team allowed this to happen. But let's leave Europe. It's too tensions. So much tensions over here. It's stupid. Let's leave Europe. Over here in Asia, we see all these countries working together to discover all of Central Asia, and we see some Russians, mainly these seafoam green people, working together. Well, not working together, but they push up and discover more of Siberia, and more of the tail of Siberia is being discovered. This red and Japanese country work together to land up over here and begin working up this tail, because new land has been discovered even though it's connected over here. But we do see these two Chinese countries, West China and China, uniting together underneath China because, it would just be simpler. They are pretty much the same country, just China is a lot stronger, and they would both benefit from this. So China has now kind of united. It's still really the same country, but it's more powerful now. So I'd say it's probably the 4th strongest country in the world now. And, if it wasn't the 4th, then it's probably the 3rd. I don't know. Yeah, 3rd. It's the 3rd strongest country in the world now. And is an economic powerhouse. These guys are rich on some money. And now this newly formed purple country is even thinking about joining up with China, which the borders would look something like this, if I can even click on the right thing. Crap. I'm so sorry. It would look something like this. They haven't joined them yet, but they're thinking of it. Over here in Indonesia, they explore all of Papua New Guinea and these islands over here. And they even go down over here, and as they're exploring these areas down here, this has been like a going on, like this hasn't just happened recently. This has been happening ever since like episode 10 afterwards. They colonize and take all of these islands over here. They then go down and discover New Zealand. So all of New Zealand gets discovered. But instead of like continuing on and going up into Australia, they turn around and head back, and Australia is not going to be discovered yet. Although before they turn around, they do discover this island, which they think is just an island they can't really see, so they head back. Indonesia is probably also in the top 10 strongest countries. They're pretty strong, and yeah, Indonesia is a great country to live in right now. Since Central Asia is getting discovered, well, since it all got discovered, more countries pop up, and yeah, more countries are being popped up, and one very influential one is going to get formed along this area right here, and it's going to make trade a lot easier between, well, this seam foam green, this part of Europe, Asia, and southern Asia. We have this new teal country popping up, and it is going to get a lot of money very fast because of all the trading going on through it. Everyone is so happy this country is here. It makes trade a lot easier. We have a more smaller country popping up down here. Make up your ideas on how these countries form. I'd love to see them in the comments. I'm going to say for this one up here that people who wanted easier trade and a lot of traders made this country so that way they could get trade through Asia a lot easier. And for this one, I have no idea because all these ones down here, who knows how they formed and why they formed. These guys need capitals, so one's going to go there, there, there. These three countries, pretty small one, but this is a big populated country. Boom, boom, I added, well, 5 more countries right here. And this is a new country, but from how much money they're making, they're able to make a lot of major cities. This is super unrealistic, but is going to happen for this because of how much money is flowing into their country. The capital of this country will be right there. The one right here, all the ones down here, they only have one major city. So it has to be, well, where the major city is. And that is going to do it for this video. Expect the war to be coming up very soon. I'm not going to say what episode, but it is coming soon. And, I don't know. Be prepared for a lot of changes after the war. I will see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.